Hey, what's good everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another level 50 Match League video. Today we're gonna be featuring Ursaluna. Ursaluna with the moveset of and typing of normal ground type, with the moveset of Tackle, Thunder Punch, and the community day move that I just got like a week or two ago, High Horsepower. Ursaluna has an incredible stat product in the level Smash League, so I might as well test it out for myself, and it actually worked pretty great. I went mostly positive with this thing, and without further ado, let's hop into the matches and take a look at Ursaluna in action. Alright, hopping into the first battle, we have Ursaluna versus Groudon. Not the worst lead because Tackle is doing a lot more damage than the Mudshot are. We're building up to the high horsepower. They did build up to the earthquake, so we can just easily tank this because Ursaluna has a lot of bulk. Ursaluna building up and going for the Tackle on good timing. We'll just get the shield, or this will land for a lot of neutral damage, and that does a lot of damage considering that it's a pretty good move. We switched into the Yveltal trying to catch the fire punch, which we did, and we can just easily farm on the Dialga. They brought in the Dialga. We're going for a Dark Pulse, and this will easily probably get a shield or do some good tip damage. We do get a shield, and can we get to a Focus Blast in time? Nope. They just outpace us by a single turn, and we're easily going to be able to get to the Focus Blast and apply a lot of shield pressure. We'll just get the shield. This will not get the shield, but we easily got 2 shields. Yveltal goes down, that's perfectly fine. We still have a lot of health on our Ursaluna, and can we get to the high horsepower? Even though we wouldn't have made it there, they still have to throw the Iron Hand for a potential high horsepower. So no one counting, and all it's left is the Giratina. Can Giratina sweep endgame? We have to shield the Iron Hand because Iron Hand will do a lot of damage, and so will the Dragon Breaths. We shield the Iron Hand, we can overwhelm just a bit and going for the Shadow Ball. This Shadow Ball will be enough to kill the the Dialga, and that takes out the Dialga. Will they reveal the third? And it's a Mewtwo in back, and that is perfectly fine. But we lose CMP, and that will basically cost us the game. So GG's to my opponent round 1. Alright, hopping into the next match, we have Ursaluna versus Mewtwo. Pretty good because we easily have 2 answers in back. Giratina able to safe swap in the Giratina and get a lot of energy. They're staying in, so my guess that they probably have Ice Beam or Shadow Ball. Both will do super effective damage because of our Dragon for the Ice type, Ice Beam, and it goes to the Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball connects, and that does a lot of damage. And they brought back in the Dragonite. That's perfectly fine. We can just easily go in our Ursaluna, and can we get the Thunder Punch in time? No, we cannot, and we can easily let go of the Dragon Claw because they did not build it to the superpower. Ursaluna went for the Thunder Punch, and that does a bit of good chip damage at least. And can we at least get to one more Thunder Punch? Nope, no we can't. We can just easily survive the Dragon Claw 1 HP, and it's all up to Yveltal. I basically need Pokemon in the back. That's really weak to Yveltal, like a Giratina Origin or something else, or another Ghost type of some kind. We can just easily shield this up. I know Dragon Claw would do a lot more damage than the Giratina, if it is the Giratina in back, that is. We just easily farm down, and let's see what's in back. And it's a Mewtwo in back. We can just easily bring this in and soak all our energy that we just gained on the Dragonite, and that takes it out. And that's a Metagross in back. So unfortunately right here, we cannot win this because we need 3 Dark Pulses, and we cannot outpace to another Dark Pulse after we throw this Dark Pulse right here. We try to catch, and yeah, that's just pretty much game over because we cannot outpace. Alright, hopping into the next match, we have Ursaluna versus Gyarados. Really good lead because we do have access to Thunder Punch. Thunder Punch will do a lot of super effective damage, and so will the neutral tackles and Thunder Punches will start adding up, so the Gyarados has to start shielding right now. Thunder Punch is double super effective, that's why they shielded. Ursaluna can easily tank this one move because it does have a massive stat product. You can easily go for another Thunder Punch, and can we actually land this? But they catch onto their Excadrill, so a really good catch on their part. We can just easily bring the Giratina in because Giratina has a dominating matchup against Excadrill. Well, basically it's basically Excadrill's basically getting out bulk because Giratina Origin is incredible bulky. Execute going for the Groudon. That does basically nothing. I can just easily go for a Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball connects, and we're able to take back swap. Now let's see what's in the back. Will they bring their Gyarados in, or their third? They bring back in the Gyarados, and I'm thinking I can go for an Ominous Wind. And I know since it's a crunch, it should not kill me because Gyarados does not have stab on crunch. But we are able to go down after the Dragon Breath, so we're not able to go get to the Ominous Wind. We can just easily bring our Yveltal and we can just shield because I don't want to take unnecessary chip damage from the Aqua Tails because Aqua Tails is a really good move, so I can just easily let this go. Or okay, so I decided to shield this, my bad. So Gyarados is able to do many more Dragon Breaths and we can just easily farm them down. And what's their third? But they concede the match, and that's a good game. Alright, hopping into the next match, we have Ursaluna versus Yveltal. This is a pretty good lead as long as we call the Focus Blast. We basically have to throw good timing because 4 is for Dark Pulse, 6 is for Focus Blast. But they throw on 4, so which means this is only a Dark Pulse. Yveltal goes for a Dark Pulse that does a good amount of damage, but not enough. So we can just easily throw on their 4 when they're at their Dark Pulse, which is completely fine. Ursaluna go for Thunder Punch, and that's a really good amount of damage. And can we get to another Thunder Punch? And we're able to easily tank that Ursaluna, showing its bulk in the open match league. Going for another Thunder Punch, and can we take it out? We're able to take switch with Ursaluna, and it's a Lugia in back. That's perfectly fine. We have 2 answers for this in back, and it's their own Giratina Origin in back. Judging by your CP, that's a level 41, and we are a level 50. So we're gonna easily win CMP over their level. We're gonna easily win CMP over theirs. Giratina going for an Ominous Wind, and can we get to a? But we're able to farm down and easily take it out. Lugia as their third Mon is revealed. Giratina goes for the Ominous Wind, and can we get to a Shadow Ball in time? I made a mistake there. I shouldn't have gone for the Shadow Ball. Ominous Wind would have been helpful there, but that's okay. We have our Yveltal. Lugia goes for a Sky Attack, and we can just easily shield anything that Thora does. I am scared of a potential Aeroblast, so I just basically shield that, and this is basically game over. All I need is basically 2 Dark Pulses to kill this thing, and yeah, that is practically GG. We're able to easily tank a Sky Attack here because he did not build the Aeroblast, and we can just easily snarl down without throwing a move. I could have just Focus Blasted and Dialga to shield, but nah, we're not that disrespectful. Alright, hopping in the next match, we have Ursaluna versus Dialga. Pretty good lead as long as we land the high horsepower. High horsepower being easily generated. Tackle is a really decent move, like it's a lick clone, so it generates energy pretty quickly. Dialga goes for an Iron Hand. We're easily able to tank that move, and we're going for a high horsepower. Usually what I do in this matchup is go for a high horsepower, then swap into our Yveltal because we do have shield advantage. And they bring in their Zacian, which is a quick attack variant. So we can easily go for a Focus Blast because Focus Blast does more than the Dark Pulse. And look at how much I resisted Focus Blast did. That does over 1/4 of their health basically. We can just easily let this go, and we can easily bring in our Giratina to wall this because they're running quick attack, which Giratina double resists. And we can just easily shield up a Polaro just to not take the extra damage from the Polaros. Going for an Ominous Wind, we're able to get to the Ominous Wind, and will this be enough to kill? One more Shadow Claw, and we take out the Zacian. We're able to come back in with our Dialga, and can we get to a Thunder Punch? No, we cannot, and basically this is basically a mistake because I gave him a huge energy lead, and Giratina goes for a Shadow Ball, it connects, and all we need to do is shield this because if I can't really afford to not shield this because it does add up, and they go for a Draco Meteor, and that's basically game over. They can just easily get to the Shadow Ball while they still have a shield, so that's pretty much GG on our part. Yep, this is enough for the Shadow Ball, and we're not able to get to the Shadow Ball in time, and yeah, that's pretty much a good game. So GG's to my opponent right there. Alright, hopping into the next matchup, Ursaluna versus Garchomp. pretty good lead, as long as we don't, at least we can land multiple high horsepowers, because Garchomp is quite bulky in the Open Master League. Ursaluna, we're easily able to take moves on our Ursaluna. They go for an outrage, that's perfectly fine because we can tank that all day. Ursaluna going for a high horsepower, this would do a lot of neutral damage, which it does. Brings it into the red, and I'm thinking we can easily just go for a tackle farm down. We can just easily shield this and probably go for a tackle farm down because outrage just costs a lot of energy, and they bring in our Metagross, and we can just easily bring in our Yveltal. We have to throw first because we basically outpaced to their first Meteor Mash. Yveltal goes for a Dark Pulse, which does get their first shield, and we can just easily let this go because even if we go down, we still have the Giratina to gain a lot of energy with. So that's basically another situation where Giratina is really helpful, gaining energy, shield advantage, and energy advantage. It can really go to town. But Metagross throws a Meteor Mash in front of my 6 HP Yveltal or whatever because they got scared of another potential Dark Pulse. Giratina going for the farm, and we can easily go for an Ominous Wind because if I try to farm down, then they will basically get to another Meteor Mash and it would have been in trouble. Giratina able to take care of the Metagross, and will they bring back in the Garchomp, or will they bring back in they're bringing a third into Garchomp and they concede the match. So GG's to my opponent right there. Alright, Ursaluna versus Yveltal, another Yveltal. This is a pretty good lead as long as we call the potential Focus Blast. We keep farming up until they bring into the Focus Blast, and we throw on their 6th Snarl. That basically means that they're at the Focus Blast. Ursaluna throws a Focus Blast, which does a lot of super effective damage because of flying typing on the Yveltal. And can we shield this? But they bait with a Dark Pulse. That's not good. And can we get to another Thunder Punch? We're able to throw on their 5th Snarl, which is another Focus Blast. Ursaluna going for another Thunder Punch. It connects. I mean, it doesn't connect. It does get the shield. Sorry. And Yveltal going for the Focus Blast, and we can easily just tackle down. That's it. And then they bring in their Excadrill. We can just easily go for a high horsepower, and we can just easily survive any one move. Groudon does not do a lot of damage, which is completely fine, and we can just easily go for a high horsepower. High horsepower will one-shot this if they decide not to shield, and they do decide to shield. That's perfectly fine. Excadrill keeps on farming, and I throw a Thunder Punch on CMP, but we lose CMP because Excadrill is a glass cannon. We can easily let go of the Ursaluna, and we can just easily bring in our Giratina to the farm, and then bring in a Togekiss. That's perfectly fine. Giratina does not have a horrible matchup against Charmers because of its bulk, and you can get to basically 2 Shadow Balls if I time my moves correctly. And can we get to another Shadow Ball? Yes, we can. I could have done the Ominous Wind because but I wasn't so confident it would kill because Giratina has not a high attack stat, but it's pretty up there in the attack stat for sure. Excadrill is basically forced to throw their energy, and Yveltal goes back in, and all it needs is 1 Dark Pulse. 1 Dark Pulse will be easily enough to take care of the Excadrill. We can just survive any one move. It's a Rock Slide. They're not at another Rock Slide, and this Dark Pulse will be enough to take care of the Excadrill. So GG's to my opponent right there. Alright, hopping into the next match, we have Ursaluna versus another Yveltal. I saw a lot of Yveltal leads that day when I was doing my battles. So Yveltal going for straight Dark Pulse, really interesting. So that's fine. I can just easily throw on basically 3 right there. So they basically need 1 more for another Dark Pulse because it's straight for Yveltal based on the counts. Thunder Punch connects, and can we shield this, or do we let this go? We can let this go, and it's another Dark Pulse, and that's fine. And it's a Giratina back. You know what time is it? It's Yveltal time. Yveltal hard walls Giratina because of the Dark typing. Even though that Shadow Ball does a lot, Yveltal has a dominating matchup against Giratina because we're basically walling all of its moves besides the Dragon Pulse. But no Giratina wins Dragon Pulse. We can just easily overwhelm a bit more. We can easily let this go because we know we can survive one more Shadow Ball, which we do. But I'm just scared we cannot survive an Ominous Wind, so I just risk it and go for the farm down. We're able to get the farm down, which is huge. And let's see what comes back in. Is it Yveltal or are they bringing a third in? They're bringing the Yveltal just to soak our energy. And that's fine. They let that go, and it is a Metagross, Shadow Metagross, and they concede the match. Alrighty, hopping into the last match, we have Ursaluna versus Excadrill. Not a really good lead, as long as we win this, as long as we land the high horsepower. And they're easily outpaces because Tackle does not generate energy that quickly, but it's a pretty decent move, like I said in the beginning. We keep farming to the high horsepower. We do outpace to the second draw, which is pretty nice. Will this high horsepower be enough to connect? Nope, it does get shielded, but it's okay. We can easily grab shield advantage or switch advantage. I'm afraid this roller will not be enough to kill, and we can easily bring in our Giratina. We do have an energy lead on our Giratina, so that basically means that we can go for easily a Shadow Ball, and after the Shadow Claws add up, an Ominous Wind. So we can just easily keep farming, and can we get to an Ominous Wind? We do not, but I know I can survive this Dragon Club because we're a bulky Giratina, and we can easily go for an Ominous Wind, which this probably will get the shield, or this will take out the Dragonite. This takes out the Dragonite, we easily one swap, and that's okay. And it's a Metagross in back. Yveltal will go to town, and all it needs is basically 3 to 4 Dark Pulses, depending on where the energy, where the health is on Excadrill, and they brought back in the Excadrill, throw the Rock Slide, but I will not shield this. And that's actually a huge misplay on my part. I should have shielded that because I was scared they were going to get to another Rock Slide and whatsoever. And I'm afraid we cannot get to 3 Dark Pulses. And can we get to 2 Dark Pulses? We're able to get the Thunder Punch off. We'll just get the shield. If they do shield, this is their potential win comp for us. They do not shield, and can we get to 2 Dark Pulses? No, we cannot, and we easily get farmed down by the bullet punches there, and that is a good game. So all in all, Ursaluna in the level 50 Master League. To be honest, I was very impressed by it. The high horsepower Thunder Punch combo with Tackle, I did wish it got Shadow Claw, but I hope Shadow Claw gets added to its moveset during next season. But overall, I was very impressed by Ursaluna's performance. Like I said in the beginning, I went positive with this team, and Ursaluna is a beast. When you give a shield advantage and energy advantage, it can definitely go to town for sure. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new to the channel. And until next time, I'll see you guys all in the next one.